For years afterwards, I'd have a dream. A dream it was the last few weeks of college and the final exams were coming up. I'd done all the coursework or all the revision for all my courses apart from one. History, maybe. Because I hated the course and never went to any of the lectures and never did the essays or anything. And in the dream I realised it's too late to learn it all in time for the exams, or too late to do the final paper or whatever, and all the years of studying and all the effort will be wasted because there's no way I can pass this course, so I'll fail my whole degree and there's nothing I can do about it. That last summer I never felt like this. It was only afterwards I started having the dream, after I'd passed and everything. A kind of retrospective dread, a memory of a feeling I never experienced. Bad nostalgia for a time I didn't remember. I put my foot on the first rung of Jacob's ladder after I hadn't died. The morning of my real final exam, that summer in 1939, I woke up early to take the overland to Kentish Town. Didn't have a morning routine because I never had mornings or a routine, so put on whatever clothes occurred to me and go down to the station. It was a sunny day. I had my Walkman with me to listen to something on the way to control my thoughts, to stop them spilling out until I was ready. Wasn't nervous. I knew I'd done enough studying to pass whatever questions came up, unless they asked me what the fuck I thought I was doing or something like that. I went to the ticket office, same little guy is in there. He tells me there's no trains, the electricity's off. I look at him for a moment and wonder briefly if I've woken up yet. There's no trains because the electricity is off, I repeat to him. He just looks at me, doesn't answer. His moment of power, now there is no power. Someone else comes up and he tells him the same thing. Oh dear, they can't go to work. Unlike me, who will now fail 3 years of studying, alright, drinking and reading, but a fail is a fail. I decide to panic. I run down the ramp from the ticket office and through the estate. There's a mini cab office up the road on the way to Homerton. If I can get one, I can get to college in time. I'm panting, sweating. I don't even know if I have enough money on me. This pattern, preparation, degradation, humiliation, has imprinted itself on my life ever since, especially my sex life. Sex life. I'm running up the road, parallel with the railway line. I'm looking ragged and feeling worse. Stuff is bouncing around in my bag on my hip. How can there be no electricity in London? How can there be no trains this one day of all days? A train goes by in the opposite direction. It's not downhill, so the electricity must be back on. I turn back, stop, then run back the way I've come to the ticket office, where Thomas Edison is now selling tickets as if nothing's happened. He won't meet my eyes, but he says, yes, the trains are running normally now. I walk up the platform. The train comes. I sit down, facing the way I'm going, put my headphones on. The train rattles and squeaks out of the station west. I put the radio on. Find it's time for the news on the hour, fixing me in time. I'm on time, on the right train. The main story is about Tiananmen Square, how the students are camped in it waiting to see what the government will do. There's a description of the guy standing in front of the column of tanks. I'd see the pictures later, white shirt like a flag, holding something, the huge tank, the dance to the right, the step to the left. There's me, that summer of 1939, and the best I could do was not be late for an exam. Then there's the guy in China, facing down the tank.